How are you doing today, guys? I trust you guys are doing great. Okay. I want us to discuss on something that is very sensitive today. It is a professional issue, but even at that, you as an investor is something you need to have an idea about. Okay. I always believe that you learn to pay. Okay. So when you learn about this, so if you are meeting a real estate consultant, you are meeting a broker, you are meeting a financial person that you are having a conversation with. So, with your knowledge, you will be able to identify if this person is giving you the right direction or not. Okay, and I said it's a very sensitive case because I've seen a lot of people who have made mistake with respect to this. Okay, what are we discussing on today? We are discussing on how to create your real estate investment portfolio. Okay, how do you create your real estate investment portfolio? Okay, there is a real estate investment portfolio, and this portfolio is the essence of this portfolio is in order for you to categorize, in order for you to know the point at which you are. What am I supposed to invest my money in? At this particular point, with my previous investment, with my current status, what should I invest my money in with respect to real estate? Okay, and that is why when you come to read up home, we always tell our client that prescription without cross-examination, diagnosis of customers' want, customers' budget, okay, will not satisfy the customer's needs. Okay, your need is our priority. And that is why we put into consideration your budget, we put into consideration your want, we put into consideration what have you invested in previous time, okay, before we prescribe whatsoever we want to prescribe to you. What is the reason? The reason is we are trying as much as possible to help you to diversify risk. Okay, we are trying as much as possible in order for you to have a misinvestment. Okay, so what is this video going to what is going to help you with? It's going to teach you on where best to invest your money with respect to the budget at hand, with respect to your risk tolerance, okay, with respect to the time horizon, okay, and likewise is going to expose to you the investment strategy behind different type of real estate. Likewise, we are going to discuss with you the characteristics of different real estate opportunity or real estate investment options. Okay, likewise, it will deliver you from investing based on ignorance. Okay, a lot of people are investing based on ignorance, and that is why when you come to read up homes, okay, we try as much as possible to ask you questions. Okay, because we are the best person who can help you, who can put more light, shed more light to your ignorance. So this video will teach you, will help you against investing ignorantly. Okay, a lot of people, as I've said, they invest ignorantly. Likewise, this video is going to teach you, is going to help you on how not just to invest solely on emotions. Okay, I always tell people sales is based on emotion, but that shouldn't be the only option, the only reason why you are investing. Okay, you need to tend to invest outside emotion, even slightly above emotion. Okay, likewise, this video is going to teach you, we are going to explain to you why real estate transactions is like marriage. Okay, see, I need to emphasize on this because real estate investment is like marriage. Okay, and people always ask me, why do I always classify real estate investment as a marriage? For example, when you want to go into marriage, when you want to marry, okay, as a young man or as a young woman, you tend to take your time to look at the characteristics, to look at the risk profile of the person that you want to get married to. Okay, the same way happens in real estate. And why do you do that? It is basically because it is a long-term business. Real estate transactions are long-term businesses. I have people who have gone to jail, who came back, okay, after their jail term, and they still contact me with respect to their real estate, okay, and I provided them with their real estate, okay. I provided them with their real estate, okay. So it is a long-term thing, so that is why it involves you to be very sensitive, okay. Be very, very sensitive with respect to who you are getting yourself involved with when it comes to real estate transaction, okay. I always say real estate transaction are spiritual. They are spiritual in the sense that I always define my own being spiritual as being sensitive. You need to be sensitive to the person you are dealing with, because even in marriage, there is no marriage that is a linear, that is a straight line, okay. It has to go through different hurdles. Likewise, real estate developers, real estate brokers, okay, they go through different hurdles. The question is, this person that I'm involving myself in, is this someone that I trust? Because that is some of the basis of relationship, of marriage. Is this someone I can trust? Is this someone I can be loyal to? Is this someone that have similar mindset with me? Okay, these are some of the things that you need to put into consideration, okay, before you get yourself involved in real estate transaction. That is why I say real estate transaction is like a marriage. See, everything you need to think with respect to you getting yourself picking up a girl or picking up a man, and you decide to live with that person, is the same way you need to think with respect to your real estate a broker or developer. Okay, am I making any point to you guys? So I've said that it will teach you with respect to your budget. It will enlighten you on how you can take advantage of your budget. Okay, I always believe that budget is like a seed. It's like a seed. Okay, budget is your money. It's like a seed. And the best thing you can do is to look for the best land, okay, that has the best manure that you can invest such seeds into, in order for you to have a very wonderful harvest. Okay, so this video will teach you on how to take advantage of your budget. Okay, it will expose you with not investing ignorantly. Likewise, it will help you in containing not to invest based on emotion. Okay, so the first thing we need to talk about is, I believe that a lot of us know what real estate stands for. Okay, and as the topics go, how to create a real estate investment portfolio. What is investment portfolio? What is investment portfolio? That is where we need to start from. What do we understand by investment portfolio? According to my own definition and according to research that I've done, an investment portfolio is a passive stake in an asset purchased with the expectation that it will provide either income, okay, income or value. Okay, it will provide either income or value or both. Okay, the essence of your investment portfolio is a passive stake. Okay, it's a passive stake in which a passive stake with respect to asset purchase. Okay, with respect to asset purchase, I am repeating that asset purchase, which is real estate, with the expectation. There must be an expectation when you are creating an investment portfolio, with an expectation. Okay, either what is your expectation? Your expectation is either for you to make an immediate income, or for that property or that asset to increase in value. Okay, so essence of you creating a portfolio is because of the expectation having at the end of the day. Okay, and this expectation might be in form of income, which is short term, and this expectation might be in form of long term, which is grow in value of that property. Okay, so every of your portfolio, the essence of your portfolio is either for income purpose, which is often short term. Okay, income is always short term. Okay, and when it has to do with growing in value, that is always long term. Okay, so let me repeat myself. What is investment portfolio? Investment portfolio is a passive stake, okay, in an asset purchase with the expectation that it will provide either income, okay, or grow in value, or both. There is tendency that your passive stake, okay, can provide your asset purchase, can provide can provide a steady income or can grow in value. And there's tendency that the both can happen in the same asset purchase. Okay, am I making myself? Are you guys learning? Okay, so you need to be very, very sensitive with respect to the kind of portfolio that you invest in. As I've explained to you, when it comes to your budget, when it comes to your risk tolerance, when it comes to your investment strategy, okay, when it comes to your investment time frame, these are things that your portfolio, your investment purpose, we speak to you, we dictate to you. Okay, so when you are investing, when you are considering your investment portfolio, there are two ways. Okay, we have strategic. Okay, we have strategic investment portfolio and we have tactical investment portfolio. Okay, when we talk about strategic has to do with buying a property and holding it for a very long time. Okay, that is, you are holding it for a very long time. That still define growing in value. Okay, so strategic is always growing in value. The reason why I'm creating this portfolio is because I want it to grow in value. I want this my real estate, okay, this my real estate to grow in value. Okay, and likewise, with it, you might create a portfolio because you want it to be tactical. Tactical in the sense that you want it to solve your immediate needs. Okay, that is why you have things like active buying and selling, which has to do with remodeling. Okay, this is what we call property flipping. Okay, people do property flipping as an investment portfolio, creating a property flipping method as in their own investment portfolio because they want active buying and selling. And likewise, you see people who do Airbnb. We are into Airbnb too. The essence of we doing Airbnb is in order for us to generate cash flow that we can use to manage our air operation expenses. Okay, our operation expenses that we use in paying salary, that we use in taking care of operation cost of our business. Likewise, you have an operation cost with respect to your life. So if that is the direction, if that is the reason why you want to invest, so it's always advisable that you use the tactical means of investment portfolio. It is always short term, okay, and it has to do with generate consistent cash flow, consistent income. Okay, so what are your key takeaways? What are the things with respect to what I've just explained to you now? What are the key takeaways that you need to hold in your hand with respect to your investment portfolio? One is investment portfolio is an asset purchase with it has an expectation. Okay, one investment portfolio, it is an asset purchase with an expectation. Okay, this expectation might be a return in income or grow in value, and it can be both. Okay, so the key takeaway is your investment portfolio is the essence of you creating an investment portfolio is for you to have different asset purchased, either for the essence of generating present income or grow in value or both. Okay, likewise, another key takeaway is an investment portfolio is passive. Okay, it is passive. Okay, investment portfolio is always passive. And when we talk about being passive, what is the essence of of your investment being passive? The general meaning is a way in which you grow your wealth. Okay, in which you nurture and you grow your wealth. And the essence of you growing your wealth is for security purpose, is for security reasons. Okay, in order for you, in case, see, the essence of us investing is so that we can be secure in case of trials, in case of troubles. Okay, as Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verse 1 even said, he said you said you invest 7, even move down to 8. Okay, because you don't know the trouble that will come. Okay, that is the essence of we invest. And another key takeaway is from your investment portfolio is you need is risk tolerance and time horizon. Okay, when you are talking about investment portfolio, you need to consider your risk. What is your how do you tolerate risk? What kind of risk do you tolerate? Okay, and how soon? That is time horizon. How soon do you want this investment? Is it something you want? Is it a short-term investment? Is it a long-term investment? Okay, your portfolio, the essence of you creating portfolio is for in order for you to master, in order for you to understand your risk tolerance, in order for you to understand the time horizon. Am I doing this because I need an income? Am I doing this because I need my investment to grow? Or am I doing this because of the both income and investment growth? So, as I've said, the key takeaway with respect to this is asset purchase. The essence of asset purchase is the expectation, it has an expectation either to aim a return or for long term, which is grow in value, or both of them. Okay, the essence of you creating an investment portfolio is in order to grow is the essence of it is for passive investment, which I said it has to do with growing of your wealth, and likewise growing of for security purpose. Likewise, risk tolerance and time horizon. Okay, so in order before we move further into the type of real estate that we need, I just discussed with you the essence of investment portfolio. Now, if I want to understand how I will create my portfolio, then I need to know what are the types of types of real estate. What are the different types of real estate that we have? What are the different types of real estate options that is available? Okay, so with that real estate option, you will be able to create different portfolio for different options. Okay, so we have different kind of real estate. Okay, we have residential real estate. Okay, we have commercial real estate, we have industrial real estate, we have land banking, and site and services. These are several real estate. We have agricultural real estate. There are different types of real estate. But based on the scope of what I want to share with you, I want us to be within this scope, within this frame, okay, which has to do with, we'll be discussing about residential real estate, we'll be discussing about commercial real estate, we'll be discussing about industrial real estate, we'll be discussing about site and servicing, we'll be discussing about land banking. Okay, so based on this, and likewise, don't forget, when we are talking about real estate in Nigeria, I don't want us to go broad, I don't want us to explain in a broader way. I want us to limit the scope of our discussion so that you guys can understand what I'm trying to pass to you. I've made a video with respect to the foundation of real estate, which is site and servicing. Okay, so when we talk about real estate development, when we talk about the types of real estate, okay, we discussed about one, every real estate starts from site and servicing, but there are some that start from land banking. Okay, that means if you want to create your real estate portfolio, you start from land banking. From land banking, you move into site and servicing. From site and servicing, you move into other real estate. I'm not saying that is the right path, okay? But as a developer, as a future time, if you really want to grow your investment, okay, you move from land banking. But if you want to generate income, then all you need to focus on is finished real estate, which are commercial, residential, and industrial real estate. Likewise, site and servicing real estate. Okay, these are investments that are very short term. Okay, this is where you talk about rental income. Okay, this is when you talk about rental income with respect to residential, with respect to commercial, with respect to industry, with respect to like Airbnb, etc. Those are residential too. Okay, which has to do with hospitality. Okay, so it all depends on the kind of portfolio you want to achieve at this very particular time. Okay, let me share a story. Before I share this story, we have different types of real estate investment. Okay, when we want to discussing about this real estate portfolio, there are three things that we need to discuss on. There are three things that will help you to identify the right real estate that you need to invest in. Okay, and the three things we're going to be discussing with respect to these different real estate options, which is land banking, site and servicing, and other real estate. The essence of us is in order for you to identify which of these real estate option you can invest in. Okay, different real estate option in every of your portfolio. Okay, so before I go further into this story, I'm going to share with you, I'm going to discuss with you different ways in which you can know different real estate that you can position in different portfolio. Okay, so in that way, I'm going to discuss with you the characteristics of every real estate. I'm going to share with you the risk profile of every of different real estate. Likewise, I'm going to share with you the investment strategies that you are going to use in order for you to know that this real estate is suitable for this purpose of the purpose I want to achieve it. Remember that every portfolio, every investment portfolio has an expectation, and this expectation is likely to be for income generation or for the real estate to grow in value or both. Okay, so there was a time when I was trying to start my real estate, because I didn't start real estate in Nigeria. I started real estate abroad. But when I came back to Nigeria, and along the line, I lost everything. I lost everything that I started scouting with the person. I started scouting with someone that has scouted with me. Okay, that's a story for another day. But in the process of me trying to learn about real estate, so I joined one of my mentors today, Stephen Akintayo. He was the first person that tutored me, that showed me how real estate. And in that, why the class, that seminar was held in Oriental, and there is, in the course of that class, where we meet people and we are trying to share ideas with respect to what have you learned, what are your plans with respect to real estate. Based on real estate is capital intensive, especially when you want to start in a bigger way. When you want to, it's always capital intensive. So we're just having a tea time with people, asking questions with respect to so in the process of me asking, I saw a man, a very young man, if not even young man, he should be in his 50s. And this man, I was just looking at the way this man dressed. He wasn't dressing like someone who has the money, But so I was so furious, and I was asking the question, sir, one of the things that we face in real estate is how to raise capital with respect to it. So I was, based on the first time, this is my first time of meeting him, and we just started the class. So the man he wasn't free to share with me, so he just laughed over it. So in the course of the class, because I was very quite inquisitive, I was asking questions from the moderator. So while asking those questions, at the end, during our break, the man now called me, now invited me, sat me down. So he now asking me questions. And he was asking me that, okay, I want to go into real estate. Where do I want to start from? I said, I want to move into development. He now laughed. And I asked him that, where does he want to start from? He now told me that he said he wants to start development. And I said, wow, that's great. So where are you going to raise capital? Who are your financials? Who are the people financing your project? It's mine. And he told me something, okay? And that is why I always advise people that, see, if you don't have the money for development, if you don't have the money to start big, okay, you can start investing by now. That is why, see, this will take me to one other topic. People always ask me, is there a particular age that you need to start investing in real estate? Yes, there is a particular age, okay? And the age is as far as the first time you hear about real estate, okay? So let me continue with my story. So he now said, okay, where that he has invested, that he works with one oil company. I don't want to mention the oil company. Okay, he said he has worked for in years with one oil company. And so while he was in that oil company, there was a real estate company that came to meet them. Okay, they came to market some property to them. And while they marketed the property to them, he decided to buy like 10 plots. Okay, but fortunately, that estate was a site and service estate. Okay, so he invested in that property, and in the course of him investing in that property, he invested like 7 to 10 plots. We paid for 7 to 10 plots, and that was in the 1990s. okay, and he paid like 1.7 million naira then. So as at the time that we were discussing, that was around, I started, that was around 2020, 2021, yeah, 2020 or 2021, yes, 2020, yes, I think it's 2020, yes. So as at the time we were discussing 2020, this property was worth 270 million naira for each. Okay, so he now told me that the money, based on the investment he has made from the beginning, this property are things that he wants to resell in order for him to get the fund, the necessary fund that he's going to use to start his real estate. Okay, so that is why I always advise people that if you want to create your portfolio, try as much as possible, especially based on your budget. If you know that you want to, the position that you are in now, the money that you have, it's not enough for you to achieve whatever dream you want to achieve. Another story is some of my clients. I've always shared about some of my clients who lives abroad and they invest with me. They buy properties with me. They invest in our land bank. We have several land banks. We have Omolola Estate. We have a Shalom Place. Okay, so we have Willow Homes at Ikorodu. Likewise, now we are going to site and services. So these clients, they always invest with me. And why do they invest with me? They always tell me that the reason why they invest is when they come back to Nigeria, they want to have something that they can sell, because if they should leave this money in the bank, the return on investment, you can't compare it to when it is real estate. So they tend to invest with me. After years there, they come back to Nigeria, they sell those property, I help them to sell property, and I likewise advise them that you should sell this property within your friends friends, within your friend. There are some of your friends that wants to invest in property. Instead, sell the property to them. So when they sell those property, the money they raise from those property, from those land banking projects, is what they use in investing in their business. So that was why I said, depending on the kind of portfolio you want to achieve, okay, depending on the kind of portfolio you want to achieve. For example, we are into real estate development. We always prefer to invest in land banking. We always invest in land banking. And the reason is not far-fetched. The reason why we invest in land banking is such land banking, at the end of, with time, we convert those land banking into site and servicing. And from those site and servicing, we start developing on those site and servicing skills. Let me give you a very perfect example of someone who is practicing this. Is Pastor Matthew Ashimolowo. Pastor Matthew Ashimolowo bought a land without a title. That's why when people say that you can't buy land that doesn't have title, it's a lie. You can buy land that doesn't have title, but make sure that the land is freehold. It doesn't have government interest. Government does not have interest on it. It's not a land that falls into afforestation. It's not a land that falls into industrial. It might fall into industrial, but are you ready to the kind of project that the kind of vision you have for the land? Is it based on industry? The kind of project that you have on the land, is it based on commercial? Okay, so you can invest in land that doesn't have title, and you yourself, you perfect the title. For example, Pastor Matthew Ashimolowo invested in this Macarius project 23 years ago. Now, Pastor Matthew Ashimolowo is 72 years now. So that means he invested in that project when he was 49 years. So that is an example of a land banking project. Because one, that project doesn't have what's it called? It doesn't have the necessary documentation that will make you to start developing on that property. Okay, I believe that what that property will have when he bought it was even just survey. Okay, but he nurtured that property. He tried as much as possible. Within that 23 years, he made sure that he has every title document that property needs to have. Okay, he boosted the purchasing power of that property. He boosted the purchasing power, the value power of that property by creating the right document, by getting the right document from the government. Okay, if you can't buy in acres, you can buy in plots. Buy plots of land. Okay, buy plots of land. And that's why I said real estate transaction is like marriage. Imagine you investing with a company, and that company has been going through 20 has been you've had a relationship with that company for 23 years. Now I believe you guys will understand why I said earlier on that real estate transaction, I see it as marriage, and I come into real estate transaction like you are someone I want to marry. So I always build relationship first before any other thing. So These are some of the reasons. When you want to invest in land banking, make sure that you are investing based on relationship terms, because there are a lot of risk involved. Okay, so Pastor Matthew Ashimolowo moved from land banking, converted that very land from land banking into site and servicing. From site and servicing, he has started investing, he has started developing on that property. The last time I went to that property, wow, that property, as far as now is concerned, that property is going for 150 million naira. Okay, that is one way into, that is a way in which you can create an investment within your investment portfolio. You can start from land banking, depending on your risk tolerance, depending on your investment horizon, depending on your budget. Okay, if you don't have budget for buying big property worth 150 million, you can start with property going for, Omolola is going for 4.5 million naira. Shalom Place is going for 6.5 million naira, etc., etc. Okay, you can start from there and you start building your portfolio. You start building it, you start investing to our site and servicing. We develop properties likewise. We have property that we finish developing at Agungi. We have at Lekki Scheme 2 likewise. Okay, but it all depends on your budget, on what do you have now. Okay, you move from one level of real estate to the other depending on your budget. Okay, now with respect to your budget, with respect to investment portfolio, how do I create my portfolio? Remember, I shared with you earlier on that we have different types of real estate. Okay, now in order for you to know what is the real estate that I need to invest in now, what is the type of real estate with my kind of person, what is the type of real estate that I need to invest in now. So in order to take us further to know the kind of real estate you need to include in your investment portfolio, we are going to share with you different types of real estate, and we are going to explain to you with respect to their characteristics. We are going to explain to you with respect to their risk profile, and likewise we are going to explain to you based on your investment strategies. What strategies, what achievement, what do you want to achieve? Okay, what is your purpose? What is your aim of investing or creating this investment option? Okay, the first one we are going to share with you is site and servicing. As I've always told you guys, site and servicing is the foundation of every real estate. Okay, I've explained that in my previous video. Please go and watch the video. I explained how God is the first person that started site and servicing. From God, it moves to government. From government, it moves to real estate developers. Okay, so real estate development with respect to site and servicing. Okay, creating your risk portfolio, including a site and servicing in your risk portfolio. What are the characteristics? What are the things you need to put into consideration when you are trying to know when you are trying to take a decision if site and servicing is what I need to invest my money into now or not? One, site and servicing is highly capital intensive. Okay, it involves high initial capital. Okay, for example, if you want to buy a property within the scope of Pinnock Estate today, you must be looking at approximately 500,000 naira. Okay, you should be looking at, like the one I bought one for a client of mine. I bought a property within Pinnock for one of my clients, because Pinnock is a site and service estate. I bought it for 375 million naira. That was last year. Okay, and that property, as we speak now, they are asking us, they want us to sell the property for them. There are people who are even sending offer for 475 million naira. But the question is, do you have that kind of capital? Okay, so site and servicing is always high. It involves high initial capital. There are several other site and servicing, but they are not fully site and service. It's not, those ones are still upgraded land banking. Okay, likewise, have it at the back of your mind that site and servicing involves a long time horizon. Okay, and why does it involve a long time horizon? It involves a long time horizon because of the documentation processes. I've explained about this in my previous video. And likewise, site and servicing has high risks, okay, but high rewards. Okay, imagine you invested 375 million naira within a time frame of 6 months. people are asking you to buy, they want to buy that property for you for 470 million naira. That means you've made over 100 million naira in a very short period of time. Okay, so it's high risk, especially for developers. It's very high risk, but it has high reward for those who are buying into the project. Okay, likewise, it involves regulatory complexity. Okay, unlike land banking, site and servicing involve high regulatory complexity. I've discussed about different kind of documentation you need to have when you are trying to invest in site and servicing. And I've explained that one of the ways in which we can combat demolition is by creating enormous number of site and servicing environment, not just estate, creating enormous number of site and servicing environment, starting from our commercial areas. For example, like this, we need to have a site and servicing that has to deal with all these business okay, like we have Ikeja, this computer village. We need site and servicing environment for such people. Likewise, for residential too. Okay, site and servicing across every aspect, every area of real estate. That's why I always categorize site and servicing as the foundation of real estate. So now, when we want to talk, let's discuss about the investment strategy. Okay, when you want to invest in site and servicing, what are the strategies? What are the things you need to put into consideration? Okay, site and servicing is very suitable. It's suitable for investor with high risk tolerance. Okay, investor with respect to real estate developer, not you buyers. Okay, with respect to real estate developer, it's suitable for people with high risk tolerance. Okay, that is why I said it has high risk and high reward. Take note, I'm not talking to those who want to buy, okay, who are consumer, who buy finished product, okay, but I'm talking to fellow developers who are watching this video. Okay, so it requires expertise. It requires a lot of expertise with respect to land development and project management. It demands a lot of expertise. It demands on how you need to create your topography. It demands on how you need to areas in which you need to allocate for different area of the estate. So it requires expertise in land development and project management. As I have most of my mentors with respect to site and servicing are people who have worked previously in Pino, who are presently working in Pino, and who has enormous experience with respect to site and servicing. Because very soon that's why we need investors like you to join us in order for us to create enormous number of site and servicing investment option. Okay, I'm still going to discuss with you, and if you have interest in it, if you believe in us, if you believe in what we are doing, why not slide into our DM, contact us, email us, give us. My email is bash@redoc.int.com. Okay, slide into our DM and contact us if you want to partner with us. Okay, so it is always ideal for those looking for capital that wants to increase the value of their that they believe in increasing the value of their project, of their product, real estate. Okay, so one of the benefits of site and servicing is it is ideal for those looking for capital. If you want to build capital in future, imagine my friend, that the client that invested 375 million naira. Now, if he should sell that property now, he can use it as capital for another business. Okay, so it is always good for those who are looking for capital in future and those who want to build future growth with respect to specific area. If you have interest in an area as an investor, you can invest in site and servicing. Okay, so do you have any question with respect to what I've explained to you with respect to characteristics, the time frame, the risk tolerance, and investment strategy with respect to site and servicing? Okay, if you have any question, please do endeavor slide into our DM and ask me questions. Now, the next thing that I want to discuss about is land banking. I told you that we have several land banking, and land banking has to do with land banking is buying land. You buy land for future benefit. Okay, you buy it and you leave it. You buy the land and you hold it for a very long period of time. As I've explained with respect to Pastor Matthew Ashimolowo, who bought a land 23 years ago. That is, and when he bought it 23 years ago, it's a pure example of a land banking project. But he owed it till now, and that land is selling for 150 million naira now. Whatever property you want to buy in that environment is costing 150 million naira now, because he has to convert from land banking. He moved it into site and servicing. From site and servicing, he's moving it into other areas of real estate, which has to do with residential, with commercial, etc., etc. So land banking, what are the characteristics of land banking? With respect to land banking, it involves low initial capital. For example, you want to invest in Omolola now, you can invest in Omolola with 4.5 million naira. You can invest in Shalom Place with 6.5 million naira. That is low initial capital. And likewise for investors too, likewise for developers, people who are already in real estate, okay, it has a lower initial capital, okay, but it has a long time horizon. I've explained to you. Pastor Matthew Asholo has to wait for 23 years old. 23 years. Yeah, I believe he's 73 years now. That means he invested in that property when he was 49 years old, and he has to wait. That property has made him an automatic billionaire, which I know is already a billionaire, but now he's becoming a multi-billionaire. Okay. Likewise, land banking has moderate risk. Okay. Why moderate risk? Moderate risk in the sense that it's oftentimes most land you buy for land banking are land that you have to work on the title yourself. Okay, you need to work on the title. You need to build the title yourself. As I've said with respect to Pastor Matthew, he bought it when that land doesn't have a title. It was freehold. It lacks government interest. The government does not have interest in that area. Okay, so he started perfecting the title till the title of that land, I believe, is C or FO now, or governor consent. Okay, so it has moderate, and likewise minimum development with respect to land banking. Okay, what do you need to do with respect to land banking? All you need to do, most of the things you need to do is one, you need to fence the land. You need to fence the land. You need to clear the land. You need to create a security post. Okay. Likewise, you need to, if you just want to go further, you can provide security light. Okay, so that you can even convert it to farm. Okay, you can convert it to farm. You can use it for piggery. You can use it for horticulture, whatever you want to use it for, but you have to fence it. The most important thing is for you to fence it, and you need to have a security guard. So it demands minimum. It demands the minimum development. Okay, so who are the people that can invest in land banking? Land banking is suitable for people that has moderate risk tolerance. Okay, people that have moderate risk tolerance, and likewise it's for people that have patience. That's why real estate is not a quick in, it's not it's not what's the right word now, it's not a quick money making scheme, especially when it has to do with land banking. You have to wait for a long period of time. As I've shared with you, someone like Pastor Matthew Ashimolowo and needs to wait for 23 years, okay, before he started making money, before his real estate started making him the kind of money. But he has to invest in it too. Okay, so land banking involves patience, okay, and likewise you need to have a good understanding of market trends. Okay, that is why you need to partner with a real estate developer. Likewise, it involves because you need to have a good understanding of market trends. You need to have a good understanding of government future development. Okay, where is government going to? What is the plan of government with respect to this? So, with respect to that, you can go and decide to go and buy an investment, buy a property to close to that area. For example, a lot of us investors started investing in land banking because we were informed that Dangote refinery was coming to a location. A lot of us started investing in land bank because we realized that airport is coming to a place. A lot of us started investing in real estate because we are aware of the Third Mainland Bridge that is connecting Ikorodu to Lagos Island, etc. So these are things you need to be very familiar with market trends. You need to be very familiar with future development. Okay, so I believe with respect to site and servicing, likewise, Likewise, land banking is a way in which you can diversify your portfolio. Okay, you can diversify your portfolio relatively passive for passive investment. Okay, long-term passive investment. So these are ways in which these are characteristics with respect to land banking. As I told you, it has lower initial capital, it has long-term horizon, okay, it has moderate risk, likewise minimum development. And likewise, I share with you with respect to investment strategy, it is suitable for people with moderate risk, likewise people that are patient, people that understand market trends and future development. Likewise, it is a very good means in which you can diversify your real estate, your portfolio, your investment portfolio. Okay, and it is a way in which you can build passive investment. Do you have any question with respect to land banking? Okay, and I'll share with you, we have three land banking projects. We have at Ikorodu, we have Omolola, and we have Shalom Place. Okay, so what other real estate options, real estate types of real estate that we need to talk about? Okay, which is very common, which is very popular, which has to do with residential. Okay, I'm going to discuss with residential, I'm going to discuss residential and residential, commercial, and industrial. Okay, now let's start with residential. When do I need to start investing in residential real estate? Okay, residential real estate is highly capital intensive. Okay, it's highly capital intensive, but it has minimum risk. Okay, for example, you want to invest in a residential or a commercial property around Lagos Island, you need to start with something minimum, depending on the location. You need to start looking at 50 million and above. Okay, so we have a property, likewise we have a property at Ajungu. Presently we are selling for 120 million, and it's a 4-bedroom terrace duplex. Okay, as at the time of this video. Okay, the price might change tomorrow. So what are the characteristics of residential? Okay, residential, when we talk about residential, we talk about single or family homes, we talk about multiple family homes, we talk about apartments. Okay, and these apartments are things that we use for A, B, and B, for hospitality aspect of real estate. Okay, so what are the investment strategy? Why do you need to invest in residential? One, it is for your own. You are investing in residential or commercial because of your personal use. You want to have a house for yourself. Okay, but in the process of you investing in residential, in order for you to make money, in order for you to generate rental income, like one of my mentors will always tell me, he said, when I want to invest in residential or commercial that has to do with rental, in order for me to generate rental income. Okay, remember that every portfolio has an expectation, and your expectation with respect to residential real estate is in order for you to generate rental income. So you need to, as one of my mentors always told me, as I was saying, as one of my mentors will always say, he said, when you are trying to invest in an apartment, try as much as possible not to invest in single family homes. And what is the reason? The reason is not far-fetched. The reason is because when you invest in a single family home, the amount that you are going to spend as an operation cost in order to maintain that single family home is going to be very expensive. For example, if you have a multiple apartment like 10, okay, and you have 10, okay, and you need a janitor, you need a manager, okay, from what you are making from that property, you will be able to make a lot of money, even with profit. Okay, even with profit. And with that profit, it is all with that profit. You can pay everybody. You can employ a good manager. You can employ a good janitor. You can employ a good cleaner. You can employ a good security. Unlike when you are just investing in one. Okay, and that is why when you want to invest in an apartment, I don't want to discuss about that now. Okay, with respect to diversifying of your portfolio from local to international. Okay, there are properties, there are real estate that I won't advise you to invest in with respect to Nigeria. Okay, and there are some that I will advise you that you need to invest with respect to, you can invest it with respect to the scope of Nigeria. But everything still boils down to to your capital, to your budget. How much are you coming? That is why we always try as much as possible that before we prescribe anything to you, we look, we diagnose, we cross-examine your want, your purpose, okay, your budget. We determine your want, your purpose, your budget before we prescribe a need that will satisfy either your cash flow, okay, your cash flow or your risk potential or rental income. Okay, so with respect to residential, it has a minimum risk. The risk is very, very minimum. Okay, and it has a moderate risk. Okay, and it creates a steady cash flow. Okay, likewise, it's good for rental income, and it has potential appreciation. Potential appreciation with respect to when there are a lot of things I can't share with you here, okay, with respect to advising you with respect on the type of real estate, when it has to come with apartment, when it has to come with residential that you shouldn't invest in. Okay, so now with respect to now let's go further to commercial real estate. Commercial real estate has to do with office building, okay, retail spaces, warehouses, industrial properties, etc., etc. Okay, so all this one, the essence of you investing in commercial real estate is in order for you to generate rental income. Okay, one, to generate rental income, and to generate rental income, one, and cash flow. Okay, but for you to invest in commercial real estate, it involves high capital. Okay, it's highly capital intensive. Okay, and it has higher risk. Okay, likewise, but it has very high return on investment. Are you guys learning something? Are you guys learning something? If you are learning something, please let me know. If you are not learning, if you are not getting what I'm trying to say, please feel free to slide to my DM. I'm a very free person. Okay, you can have me, you can have conversation with me, ask me questions. Okay, so with respect to type of ways in which you can create your portfolio, we've discussed about site and servicing. Okay, we discussed about land banking, we discussed about residential real estate, and likewise we discussed about commercial and industrial real estate. I believe that with what I've discussed with you now, you should be able to identify that this budget, based on my risk tolerance, based on the time frame, okay, the time horizon, okay, investment horizon that I'm looking at, with respect to the strategy that I want to achieve, I should be able to identify, I should be able to know when a real estate consultant, a financial planner, or anyone that a developer is talking to me, I should be able to understand the message that the real estate person is trying to pass to me. So before we go further, there is one other investment real estate option that we have, which is called real estate investment trust. Okay, it is called REITs. Okay, real estate investment trust. Okay, it has to do with public tradings of real estate. Okay, whereby people that are involved are people that invest their money, they invest their finances, but they own no property. Okay, they don't own any property, but what they do is they send their money on an errand. They use their money to work for them. Okay, in Nigeria, we personally, Readoc Homes, we have what we call Readoc Invest, and likewise we have land. There are some of our partners that are called Landvest, we have Givest, etc., etc. Okay, what is the essence of this? This is where you want your money to work for you. You are tired, you don't want to get involved in anything that has to real estate, you don't want to get involved yourself, you don't want to get yourself involved with anything that has to do with management of real estate. Then look out for a real estate investment trust company. Okay, like Widow Homes, we do that, but the amount we do, the minimum we do is 50 million naira, and the reason is best known to us, which if you have interest we can explain to you. But we have other rates option like Landvest. I believe they still do 1 million, and likewise Gvest. Okay, so if you don't want your money, if you want to create a portfolio whereby you want your money to be working for you, okay, think of things like Widow Invest, think of things like Landvest, think of things like Gvest. Okay, where these are all real estate investment trust trust option. Okay, so in the strategy is for you to provide liquidity diversifications, okay, whereby you regularly receive dividends. Okay, so it's suitable for investors who don't want to expose to themselves to real estate. Okay, they don't want to invest themselves directly into real estate. They don't want to have anything that have to do with real estate, but they want their money to work for you. We have a couple of them, and trust me, we have these are people, the couple of these options that we have for you, they are the ones that they meet up with their promises. Okay, it's not those that has to do with promising scheme. Okay, a lot of you, I know a lot of people have fell into promising scheme, but these are people that we've been working with for several years. Like we, ours is reduced invest, but the minimum we do is 50 million. But we have others that we can introduce into, okay, whereby instead of you keeping your money in the bank, you keep your money with them, and the minimum return on investment that they can give to you is 30, like ours is 30%. We have some that is 35%, and this is within 1 year. We have options for 1 year, we have options for 2 years, we have options for 3 years. Okay, and likewise there are some that have options for 1 year. I think some have 6 months. Okay, so it all depends on what you want, the kind of portfolio you want to achieve. Remember, we told you that we are not only marketing our product to you. Okay, if what you need, if what what you need to include your real estate portfolio is not within our scope of operation presently, then that doesn't stop us to introduce you to people, to trusted people that we know that can be of help to your future dream. Our own priority is for us to satisfy your need. I believe you guys are learning something. I believe you guys are learning something. Please try as much as possible to share this video. Share this video as much as you can. Try as much as possible to share this video in order to educate people, in order to help people out of their ignorance. Okay, and in order to help people, in order for them to know what, with the capital that they have, with the money that they have, they know what they need to invest into. Okay, that is the essence of this video, is to enlighten you. Remember what I said from the beginning, you learn to aim. So we are teaching you in order for you to know how to position yourself with respect to real estate. And I often said, Read Home is making life beautiful by creating an enabling environment. That's why we try as much as possible. We are not just a development firm, we are an investment firm, we are a brokerage firm, and etc. Management firm, likewise, etc. etc. So, how do you invest based on your current portfolio? Okay, now the question is, and this is going to be the final part of this video, okay, how do you invest? What are the things you need to put into consideration when you are investing based on your current your current capital, based on your current risk tolerance, based on your current personality? How do you invest based on your current person or your current portfolio, based on what you have invested into? Maybe you've been investing in land banking, maybe you've been investing in site and servicing, maybe you've been investing in residential, maybe you've been investing in commercial, maybe you've been investing in rates too. Okay, based on where you are now, what do I need to invest this money that I'm having into? You have two options. Okay, I'm going to list to you what are the things you need to tick, okay, in order for you to know the best thing you need to invest your hard-earned money into. Likewise, the second option is one, I'm going to list to you what you need to think before you take those decisions. Number two is try as much as possible, which I'm still going to discuss at the end of the day. You can contact us, okay? Contact our business, contact our firm, slide into our email. As I've told you, our email is my personal email is bash@readupint.com. Write me, send me a DM, okay? Go into our slide into our DM and inform us. So, what are the things? How do you invest? How do I invest based on my current portfolio? What are the things that you need to put into consideration? What are the things that you need to tick if I want to know that I'm investing right? Okay. Remember what I told you from the beginning of this video. I said, I see your budget, your capital, the money you have at hand now as a seed, and you need a fertile land. You need a land that is full of manure, that you need to dip that seed, that budget, that money, that capital into, that will give you, that will bear a tree that will give you massive food that you can eat from generation to generation. Don't forget that real estate is a generational business. It moves from one generation to the other. So what are the things that I need to put into consideration? The first thing you need to put into consideration is you need to assess your risk tolerance. I've discussed this in the beginning, okay? But I've discussed this in the past, okay? But with respect to this, I'm going to break down how your risk tolerance. What are the things? What are the options you have with respect to your risk tolerance? Okay, one, we have high risk tolerance investment options. Okay, and when it has to do with high risk of tolerance investment options, that's when we talk about some of the real estate investment that have high risk investment tolerance is site and servicing scheme. Okay, another one is property flipping. Okay, property flipping has a very high risk. You might be remodeling a property, and that property will stay for a very long time. You might make a very little mistake with respect to your remodeling, and it will cost the property to stay for years. Okay, you might even commit some atrocity that will make your tenant or the buyer to your tenant to be calling you from time in, time out. Okay, so when you want to invest in site and servicing scheme as a developer, not as a buyer, okay, you need to understand that it is a high risk option. Okay, so now let's discuss about moderate risk. Okay, what are real estate options? What are real estate type that has moderate risk? Okay, real estate type that has moderate risk are land banking, okay, and land banking and commercial properties. Okay, all those ones, their risks are very minimal, they are very moderate. Okay, so when going for that, what are the properties that have lower risk? Okay, properties that have lower risk are residential properties, and likewise rates. As I've told you, reduct invest, land vest, G-vest, all this kind of investment, they have very lower risk tolerance. What are the reasons? Like rates, what are the reasons? You are not the one facing the trial. You don't have anything. The only thing, you don't have anything to lose. Okay, because when you are involving yourself in a REIT, which is reduct invest, land vest, you must have your contract must be very, very wonderful. The contract of sale must be very, very uh, must be legally backed up. Okay, you must have an exit option. Okay, you must take note of that when you are involving yourself in a rate, which is reduct invest, land vest. You must have an exit strategy, and that exit strategies must be detailed in your contract of sales. Okay, so there's what we call a major prejudice. Yes, I can't remember now. Okay, so all these things needs to be included when you are signing a contract with respect to your rates. Okay, likewise, number two option you need to tick is determine your investment horizon. Okay, determine your investment horizon. With this investment that I want to invest in, is it something that, remember that we said every investment portfolio has an expectation. The expectation is either long term or short term. Okay, so if you want to invest in expectation that is long term, what are the real estate options you need to look into? These are site and servicing scheme, land banking, okay, and commercial properties. Okay, these are long term. Okay, like I explained with respect to you, with respect to Pastor Matthew Ashimolowo, that is long term. 23 years is not a joke. Okay, it's not a joke. Okay, so but the reward is very very high. Imagine the amount he bought that property. Imagine the amount he's selling it. Imagine the man I said I meet in my training when I went for training, who bought a property in the site and servicing scheme estate for for how many 1.9 million naira or thereabout, 1.7. But now those property are being sold for 250 million as at the time we sold it. Okay, so they are long term, but the return on investment is very high. So when you are talking about short term, whereby you want your money chap chap, you don't want to stay long, that is when you talk about one of the best things you can invest in is property flipping. Okay, property flipping, whereby you remodel a property, you sell it out, or you rent it, you flip it, you sell it, you always sell it or you rent it depending on what the option that is comfortable to you. So those are short term, and we have flexible term too. Okay, when we talk about flexible term, we talk about residential properties and likewise REITs. We are talking about determining your investment horizon. Okay, likewise, number three is evaluate your capital availability. How much do you have? What capital do you have? Okay, this capital that I have, where is the best place that I can invest in with this capital that I have? When we are talking about high capital, remember that the types of real estate that have high capital is site and servicing and commercial properties. All those ones, high they involve the demand for high capital. Okay, so from high capital we go into moderate capital. When we talk about moderate capital, we talk about land banking and residential real estate. All these ones are always moderate, okay, depending on your budget and depending on your capital. Okay, likewise, low capital, as I've told you, with respect to low capital, you can go in with 1 million, but for us at Redoc Invest, we do 50 million. We do 50 million because of the investment option, the project that is at hand. Okay, it's not a project for little small people. Okay, so that's why the minimum we are doing with our Redoc Invest is 50 million naira. And if you have any other option, contact us, have a conversation with us. We can discuss with you. We can come to a common ground. So with respect to low capital access, with respect to low capital entry, we talk about rate. Rate is one of the best way in which you can invest with low capital. With 1 million, you can invest in some land vests, okay, with some land vests. So if you have all those kind of money and you don't want to invest in land, come on, why not? Contact us, okay, and we'll give you some of this option. Okay, number four is you need to think about diversifying your portfolio. Okay, you need to spread your investment. Okay, you need to look at what are the things you've invested in the previous time. Now, what do I need to invest in? What do I need to diversify my investment in? Remember, I told you according to Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verse 1, he said you should invest 7. He said even 8. Okay, because you don't know the trouble, you don't know the one the one that will bring the right harvest. So because of that, you need to divert your investment option. Okay, so what are the reasons why do you need to diversify your investment option? One, it helps you to combine both long-term and short-term option. Okay, when you diversify your investment option, real estate investment option, you need to create some that are long-term. That okay, these ones are land banking, are sites and servicing. I want this one to be there. Maybe I'm investing it for my children. They said a good father leaves an inheritance for his children's children. Those are long-term. Okay, you leave it for your children. If it is short-term, then you need to start thinking of cash flow. I want to invest. I was listening to Mayweather, okay, and he said the first real estate investment he invested $5 million, okay, and every month he was making $50,000 every month, okay. That is short term, okay, but that doesn't stop him from investing into land banking. That doesn't stop him in investing into site and servicing scheme. But the purpose of this conversation is diversify your investment. And why do you need to diversify your investment? So that you can manage your risk. Okay. In order for you the essence of you diversifying your investment is to spread your risk. Okay, and optimize returns. The essence of you diversifying your real estate investment is to optimize your return and diversify your risk. Likewise, it helps you to combine long-term and short-term. I believe you guys are learning something. I believe you are learning something. Please, if you are learning something, you have any question, slide into our DM. Send me an email. You have any question, you have any issue with respect to your real estate? Is it your previous investment? You need consultation, you need advice, okay? Write me, send me an email at bash@redocint.com. Redocint, REDOCINT.com. Bash is BASH at redocint.com. Okay, send me an email. Okay, so finally, what are the other options that we need to put into consideration? What are the things we need to tick when we are creating our real estate portfolio based on our current situation? Leverage, expertise, and resources. Resources like this, leverage on them. Okay, likewise, try as much as possible to engage a real estate professional. Engage a real estate professional, because see, you that is doing this, not you that is not frequent with you and that is not consistent with real estate business, you can't compare yourself with someone that this is where he take care of his family, this is where he take care, that is where he's building everything that has to do with his life. Okay, this person is consistent, this person tends to be more professional than you. So leverage on expertise. Okay, try as much as possible to contact an expert with respect to real estate. Okay, so you engage a developer, you engage a broker, and you engage a financial advisor, likewise a lawyer. Okay, likewise, try as much as possible to conduct thorough due diligence. Okay, and make market research before making your investment, before looking at the portfolio you need to invest in. Okay, I believe you guys have learned something. Okay, so let me recap what you need to put into consideration. What are the things you need to tick when you are trying to create an investment portfolio? Number one is assess your risk tolerance. Number two is determine your investment horizon. Number three is evaluate your capital availability. Okay, number four is diversify your portfolio, and number five is leverage expertise and resources. Information like this are resources for you. Okay, I believe you guys understand what I just explained to you. Okay, so in conclusion, what do I need to put into consideration? Okay, based on the type of real estate that offer unique opportunities. Okay, and every real estate has its own unique opportunity, and likewise every real estate has its own challenges. Okay, if anyone is telling you that real estate doesn't have its own unique opportunity and challenges, is not true. But the essence of me doing this video is for you to understand these differences, and you will be able to align these differences with your risk tolerance, okay, with your investment horizon, okay, with your capital availability, okay, in order for you to create overall portfolio strategy. Okay, so the essence of this video, the conclusion part of this video, the reason why we are doing this video is because have it at the back of your mind. I'm repeating myself, have it at the back of your mind that real estate has unique opportunities, okay, and it has its own challenges. That is why I have to share with you different risk tolerance with respect to with respect to lower risk tolerance, high risk tolerance, moderate risk tolerance, likewise long-term, etc., etc. The reason is, in order for you to be able, with this information, you should be able to align, you should be able to know which of this real estate you can invest in at this particular time. Okay, so real estate has its own unique opportunity and challenges. Okay, so in order for you to be able to combat, in order for you to be aligned with this risk tolerance, risk and investment horizon, okay, you need to be able, you need to be able to look at one, your risk tolerance, your risk tolerance and investment option or horizon. Okay, so in order for you to take a perfect decision, you need to one, look into your risk tolerance plus your investment horizon, okay, plus your capital availability determines the kind of portfolio you need to invest into. Let me repeat myself. In order for you to know the type of real estate portfolio, the type of real estate you need to invest in, which is when you want to create your real estate portfolio, you need to look into one, add your risk tolerance to your investment horizon time frame, okay, plus the capital that is available will determine the type of real estate investment you need to invest in. I believe you've learned something. If you've learned something, kindly share this video, okay? Encourage us by sharing this video, by commenting on this video, by telling other people with respect to this video. Our purpose is we need to give you information that will help you to invest, to take the right investment option. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate your time, and I believe you've learned something. Till you hear from me again. Bye for now. Shalom.